So Aliens Dark Descent just dropped a trailer. I've been combing through looking for any visual details, Easter eggs, clues to what this game might be about. And without further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, so right away we have an establishing shot of our environment, and I can't tell if this is a naturally snowy environment or if this is the fallout of a nuclear winter from one of these terraforming arrays maybe exploding, much like we got at the end of Aliens. We also see a downed APC, which was a vehicle used in Aliens, as well as some cranes that are very reminiscent of me of Alien 3. Obviously in the background we can see the terraforming array and the spotlight highlights it. In the bottom right corner here, we can see Tindalos base in the year 2199, placing this 20 years after the events of Aliens. And the Tindalos base is supposed to be on the moon Lethe. As far as I can tell, it's new to the Aliens canon. The only thing similar I found was Tartarus, LV-797 from the Life and Death series by Dark Horse Comics.
Leo Alvarez of the CM Leth Recon Squad. Our mission was to enter the Tindalos base, locate the comsat relay, and bring it back online. We found the relay, but there was a problem.
Next, we see our protagonist of this trailer, although I would use that term lightly, Sergeant Liam Alvarez, debriefing to two, I'm guessing, higher-ranking USCM officials and officers. There's mention of a ComSat array, which they're trying to locate. This is very reminiscent of what they had to do in Aliens to try to establish a link with the Sulaco so that they could have another dropship.
Get that door closed now, Private. Close that gate. Nothing gets in here. Ray didn't make it.
At least it's in one piece.
Willis, take the lead.
We then get a match cut to Alvarez with his squad. They are, in classic Aliens fashion, sealing a door. They are talking about laying down trackers. Just standard alien stuff you see in almost every Aliens game. Returning, obviously, is the pulse rifle and the smart gun. And what looks to be an M39 submachine gun. However, this design is much more reminiscent of the Alien Colonial Marines model versus the Aliens Fireteam Elite model they used for the M39.
Oh, this ain't good. What we found was a new kind of evil, and it found us first.
We're then shown a shot of what appears to be maybe Weyland-Yutani or Colonial Marines breeding of xenomorphs. Obviously, this is nothing new that we've seen before, but clearly we have an egg with somebody that is confined to be a host for it. So there's definitely some xenomorph experimentation we're likely to see here, which explains this following shot.
It found us first.
What the?
This wasn't human.
Retreat!
Something new is right. We haven't quite seen an enemy component like this before in an Aliens game. There have always been human-esque targets, whether they are synthetic mercenaries in Alien vs. Predator, or just Weyland-Yutani employees. We've also seen that in Fireteam as well. We've also seen black goo infected people, obviously Prometheus and the attack of Fifield. But this, it looks entirely different. There's some experimentation going on here. He's got these blue glowing canisters on his back, blue glowing eyes. And if you look in the center of his chest, it initially looked like an arc reactor, but upon closer inspection, it appears to be hollow, like a hole where his heart should be and a glowing heart. I theorize that these may be some sort of experimentation done on the corpses of chest-bursted victims. But I am only speculating.
Retreat! Retreat!
What's also interesting about these creatures is that they appear to be in league with aliens, as opposed to other NPCs that you might fight in different games where they are still antagonistic to the aliens and the player as well. The aliens design here is fantastic. It's very much in line with the Cameron Aliens rigid head design of the Warriors, albeit much more of an oily black. Closer to what I would say the big chap color, whereas the camera ones, maybe that was just the lighting, but they seemed a little more blue to me.
Alvarez, through that door! Hold that door, Sergeant! Son of a...
Then we see the quote-unquote protagonist, Alvarez here, seal himself away from his teammate as well as the rest of the Xenos. And this, to me, is a callback to what Carter Burke attempted to do, albeit maybe with somewhat similar results.
I don't know what I saw in there. But I know when I close my eyes, I still see it. Now everyone's dead. And someone needs to know.
Then we get the big twist, the reveal, which is that his debrief wasn't to officers at all, but merely a table of corpses, and that he's still trapped in the facility, surrounded now by xenomorphs, soon to be either killed or hosted. He is recording this on an old school tape recorder, giving more of that retro future feel that Alien Isolation really went for. We see a little bit of that in the beginning of this trailer too, with the monochromatic monitors. And then the title card against a tiny floating station, which very much looks like the mineral refining plant from the first Alien, or the Sevastopol station, as a minuscule little dot in the corner of the screen next to a large planet's horizon, which then glows red, and we're given our title card of Aliens Dark Descent. And then finally, we are given some actual gameplay footage. This to me looks much like possibly like an XCOM style shooter, or maybe just a top-down dungeon crawling shooter. I really don't know much about this project yet. We can see Weyland Yutani logos all over the place, and this close-up, the xenomorph looks almost pale. I don't know if this was artistically done because it's a black background, or if this will be some other type of breed. Now, some things to note. That site, aliensdarkdescent.com, they do give a bit of a synopsis of what you're up against, where it describes that you are having an outbreak on the moon of Lethe, or Lethe, possibly. Basically, it is a real-time strategy game where you issue commands at the touch of a button, so they say it's intuitive, and that there's permadeath, and that your actions impact the levels forever. There's also squad customization with classes, unique abilities, different weapons and armor and perks. And what's really interesting is that it says you can face off from facehuggers to Praetorians, so Return of the Praetorian, Alien Queens, and many more, including rogue human commandos and a brand new threat unique to this Alien storyline. You have to manage your soldiers' health, resources, and sanity to avoid permanent team losses and mental breakdowns. That's a new sort of take on an alien survival game that we haven't seen before. And your level up squad's composed of 5 starting Marines classes. So all that's really interesting. So that was all the details and Easter eggs that I noticed. If there's any I've missed, please let me know in the comments. I'd also like to hear your thoughts about it, if you're excited for it, if this style of gameplay fits the Aliens universe, if you think this looks like Fireteam Elite with less active shooting. Please let me know. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.